organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, police responded to a shooting on campus early Saturday morning. Find out who was involved and what exactly happened.
Find out who's coming to campus as the days leading to the midterm elections are winding down.
And in sports, we give you a recap of this weekend's football matchup with Maryland.
All this and more on tonight's edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Taylor Smith.
And I'm Austin Love.
One person has been in police custody after shooting at a car outside of the Iowa Memorial Union after the weekend.
It happened around 1:30 Saturday morning. Fabian Manel allegedly shot at a silver Honda Accord multiple times. The car had 3 people inside of it during the shooting, but thankfully no one was harmed.
Officers from both the Iowa City and University of Iowa police departments were dispatched to the scene. Manel fled but was later found at a Coralville residence. Police found a gun and ammunition where the 25-year-old from Davenport was arrested.
Some people questioned why the UI did not send out a hawk alert to students after the shooting. University officials said that they did not find it necessary to alert students after the officers on the scene determined there was not an ongoing threat to the campus.
U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren campaigned for Senate hopeful Bruce Braley at the Iowa Memorial Union today. Currently, the Senate race between Braley and Republican candidate Joni Ernst is one of the closest in history. Warren's message backed Braley's goals. She encouraged financial reform in the areas of education, government, infrastructure, and research. She also focused on raising minimum wage while early voting has begun already. Election Day is 16 days from today on November 4th.
Michelle Obama will be back in Iowa on Tuesday. The First Lady will be at the Iowa Memorial Union in Iowa City to campaign for Democrat Bruce Braley's run for the U.S. Senate. Doors will open at 10 a.m., and this will be Michelle Obama's first visit to Iowa City since October of 2012. She was in Des Moines earlier this month to rally for Braley.
The University of Iowa has made a new administrative position to help with enrollment and recruitment. Brent Gage will start on December 15th with the official title of Vice President for Enrollment Management. The UI hopes this position will help increase in and out-of-state recruitment. Gage will oversee the UI admissions office as well as the financial aid office.
Canada is set to ship 800 vials of an experimental Ebola vaccine to the World Health Organization. The vials will be sent to Africa in 3 separate shipments. A Canadian health minister said the country sees this vaccine as a global resource and are sharing it with interest of global public health. Ebola has killed almost 4,500 people to date.
Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, see how one breast cancer survivor thinks pink even when it's not Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
And in sports, what Big Ten men's basketball team is the preseason favorite? But I'll tell you, how about this beautiful fall weather we've been having recently?
Oh, Austin, I can't agree with you more. This weather has been beautiful.
Let's take it over to Katie Sextro in the weather studio to give us a look at our forecast for the week. Katie?
Week of weather is ahead. You will want a jacket tomorrow morning as you're walking to class because it will be about 45 degrees. Throughout the day, it will warm up to about 64 degrees. It'll also be clear and sunny most of the day. It will still be pretty comfortable during the evening hours with temps around 52 degrees. Tuesday and Wednesday look similar with temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s. Clear skies and little chance of rain. It will be chilly both evenings with temps in the upper 30s. Thursday and Friday will be a little warmer with temperatures in the mid 60s with partly cloudy skies. Both evenings will see temps in the upper 40s. There is a small chance of rain on Thursday. Saturday should be gorgeous, clear and sunny skies with temps in the upper 60s, making for the perfect day to go to a pumpkin patch, an apple orchard, or just getting outside and enjoying the beautiful fall weather. There's a look at the week ahead. Back to you guys at the desk.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but breast cancer is on the mind of one survivor every day. She'd been a breast cancer surgeon for nearly a decade when she was diagnosed with cancer herself. Daily Iowan TV's Katie Stites has her story.
Dr. Carol Scott Connor, a surgeon at the University of Iowa Hospitals, was diagnosed with breast cancer during an annual mammogram in 2012.
I had an emotional reaction. I felt like the walls were closing in on me. I wanted to call my husband. I was in the middle of a very busy day.
Scott Connor decided to seek her care with her colleagues, and they successfully removed the cancer. She contributes the success to early detection.
There's a lot we don't understand about the biology of breast cancer. It's a complicated disease. There are different forms of disease, but we still believe that the earlier we get it, the better chance we have.
Her surgeon, Dr. Sonia Sugg, has also been her colleague for many years and admired Scott Connor for her work even before then. Sugg says surgery on someone who knows the disease can be a challenge.
Whenever you're called to operate on a colleague, it's always a challenge because they know exactly what could potentially go wrong. They know, how it's supposed to be. So it's a challenge, but it's also a big honor and privilege.
Dr. Scott Connor believes strongly in the importance of mammograms when it comes to breast cancer.
I think that what I would want women to know is that they should not be afraid. They should not be so afraid of breast cancer that they don't get a mammogram.
Reporting from the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, this is Katie Stites, Daily Iowan TV.
Women are recommended to know their risk factors and begin getting breast exams as early as 20 to help prevent the disease.
Violence broke out at a pumpkin festival in southwest New Hampshire Saturday night. People were rebelling against the police at Keeney's annual festival. They sparked fires in the streets and tried flipping over cars. According to the officials, dozens of arrests were made. Police reports show a big presence of Keeney State College students at the riot.
A 17-year-old from Waterloo is dead from an apparent gunshot wound to the head. Jasmine Rambert was found early Sunday morning by police in the basement of her home and declared dead at the scene. One suspect has been taken into custody. Police say the investigation is still ongoing.
Police have found possible remains of missing person Hannah Graham in a rural area in Albemarle County. During the search of the area, authorities found a skull, bones, body parts, and a vertebrae bone. Graham was a University of Virginia student and went missing September 13th. She was last seen at a bar near campus. Police will continue to search until results are final of the identity of the remains.
The Department of Dance started hosting their annual dance gala this weekend. Dance Gala began back in 1981 and has become a yearly tradition. It showcases the best talent of 40 to 60 UI dancers. Tickets are $5 for UI students and $20 for the public. The gala ran this weekend and will end next weekend after shows Thursday through Saturday.
It was a rough day for Hawkeye fans Saturday as Iowa took their first Big Ten game loss so far this season.
Yeah, Taylor, wasn't one of their best performances. Let's talk it over to Taylor Brooks in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio for more on Saturday's loss right after this.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere? I joined and now I'm in Los Angeles, California, interning for Conan O'Brien at Warner Brothers Studios.
I joined and now I'm working in public relations for diabetes research.
SJMC.
Thanks, guys. In a tough game to watch indeed. I'm Taylor Brooks here in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Much to come on the Big Ten Basketball Media Day, but up first, some Hawkeye football. It was a quick start for the Hawkeyes, but that early momentum was about the lone bright spot for Iowa in their 38-31 loss to new Big Ten foe, Maryland. The Terrapins took a beating on quarterback Jake Rudock, sacking him 4 times for losses of 32 yards and held Iowa to just 116 yards. Mark Wiseman was still able to make plays, though, carrying the ball into the end zone twice for the 4th straight game in recording a 38-yard run, putting him into the top 10 of the Hawkeyes' career rushing list. But it wasn't just the Terrapins' defense who stopped the Hawkeyes, as Iowa ultimately stopped themselves. They lost 2 fumbles and committed a season-high 7 penalties for 65 yards. Iowa now has a bye week to clean up their mistakes before taking on the 3-4 Northwestern Wildcats back in Kinnick Stadium. Another year and another basketball season is rapidly approaching. This past Thursday, all 14 Big Ten basketball coaches and select players from each team gathered in Rosemont, Illinois to discuss the upcoming season. Iowa men's basketball head coach Fran McCaffrey met with the media to talk about the season, which starts in 2 short weeks.
7 upperclassmen, all of whom got major minutes last year, 10 returning lettermen. I feel really good about the options that we have. I thought one of the strengths of our team last year was our depth. I feel the same about this year's team.
There has been a lot of excitement about the addition of 2 new teams to the Big Ten. Coaches and players expressed their attitudes about Maryland and Rutgers' new home.
With a new season, you're always excited, but when you're joining a new league, it even makes it a little bit more exciting. I guess it's the unknown, not sure what you're getting into. You know, arguably it's been the best league in the country the last 4 or 5 years. So with that said, there's a lot of anticipation going into it.
I just look forward to the amazing competition. You know, I'm playing against some of the best players and NBA prospects in the world right now, you know, so just having an opportunity to measure myself up against those guys is a blessing in itself.
First of all, we're honored to be invited into the conference. We know where we are as far as the 14-team league. And again, it's going to be a great challenge for us.
I think it's a win-win. And a lot of people thought, especially kids in Philly, thought we were in the Midwest. So it's really terrific that there's somebody a little bit further east, so everybody understands who the Big Ten is now.
But with the addition of these 2 new teams, the schedule changes a little bit. Instead of each conference team playing each other twice in the season, there will now be 8 in one place, meaning a team will have 8 Big Ten opponents that they only play once.
Let's play 26. Ernie Banks said, let's play 2, didn't he? So, no. 20 would be great. Scheduling is so hard nowadays to play 20 games in our league. I think it'd be great for the league if we could squeeze it in, if we could do it. There's a lot of other factors.
Yeah, I don't think it devalues it. It's just different. Obviously, it's not consistent, nor is it ever going to be again, because we're not going to jump up and say we're going to play 26 league games. That's not going to happen. You're just not going to have your true champ. It doesn't mean they're not a champion.
After a record of 30-8 last season, the Wisconsin Badgers have been picked as the early Big Ten favorite. The squad returns 4 starters, including 7-foot powerhouse Frank Kaminsky, who averaged 13.9 points and 6.3 rebounds last season.
I'm inviting, those kind of, things that people are saying about me, but at the end of the day, they don't really mean much because nothing's happened yet. We haven't played a single Big Ten game, so I'm not going to dive too much into it. I'm proud that our team has been thought of so highly that we've been picked to win the conference, but we still got to go out there and prove it.
Our guys live in the moment, or at least we're trying to, it appears that way. They're trying to get better. They know there's weaknesses to shore up, and we're trying to accentuate our strengths. I think challenges for coaches and coaching staffs are the same whether you finished, bottom half of your league, if you finish 500, still for the next season, what you're looking to do is try to see if you can continue to develop your players.
And in other Hawkeye sports, the women's volleyball team got their first Big Ten victory of the season yesterday against Northwestern. A trio of Hawkeyes made the win possible in Carver Hawkeye Arena on a night that was dedicated to breast cancer awareness. Lauren Brobos got a season-high 20 kills, while Jess Janata added 16 kills to the match. The team hits the road this week against Big Ten ups Wisconsin on Wednesday and Minnesota on Saturday. Well, that'll do it for me here in the sports studio. Tune into tomorrow's program as our Whip Around crew is back in action to catch you up on everything Hawkeye sports from over the weekend. Austin, Taylor, back to you in the studio.
Before we leave you tonight, we have a funny video for you.
Everybody knows people react funny to getting their wisdom teeth taken out, but this poor kid had some high expectations for his experience.
And who were you looking for? Beyonce. Beyonce couldn't make it.
I would have loved to have Beyonce there for me when I got my teeth taken out. That was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. My dad was the only one there to pick me up when I had mine taken out. So.
Well, that's all we have tonight on Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to stay connected with the Daily Iowan anytime online at dailyiowan.com and every night at 9 p.m. I'm Taylor Smith.
And I'm Austin Love. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Are you worried about how you're going to find out about the latest news in Iowa City and the University of Iowa? Well, look no further. You can download the Daily Iowan mobile app on your iPhone for the area's best news coverage. The Daily Iowan is now on TV, online, and in your pocket.